iMovie lovers. Today we're recapping on this horror movie Silence of the Prey 2004. I remember watching this movie for the first time and being blown away by the twist ending. What was your reaction? But before we jump into the action, I've got a question for you. What was the most jaw-dropping moment for you in Silence of the Prey 2004? Was it the unexpected twist, the epic showdown, or maybe a heartwarming scene? What was your favorite scene in Silence of the Prey 2004? Or, do you think Lily made the right choice by accepting the contract? Before we dive in, I want to know, who do you think was the real hero of the movie? Comment below. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing your perspectives, and who knows, your comment might just spark a lively discussion. What if the very place you sought safety turned out to be a trap? What if the man who welcomed you in was feeding something far darker than kindness? In Silence of the Prey, a desperate mother walks into the home of a stranger, hoping to fix her broken life, but what she finds inside is a nightmare stitched together by secrets, masks, and blood. This isn't just a horror story, it's a ritual, a warning, a brutal reminder that trust can cost you everything. This movie doesn't wait to scare you, it traps you, right from the start. And trust me, the twist? You won't see it coming. This is Silence of the Prey. The story opens with a young woman named Lily, who's visiting the United States on a temporary visa. She's run into trouble with her paperwork and urgently needs money to sort it out. A friend offers to help by taking her to an elderly man's home in hopes she can work there, earn some income, and deal with her legal situation. They drive through a forested area, and during a short stop, a man suddenly stumbles out from between the trees. He's clearly desperate and pleads with Lily to help him. She's startled but suggests maybe he really does need assistance. Her friend firmly says no, warning her not to get involved. She mentions that the locals are tribal and often in conflict. Stepping into their affairs could get them both killed. Eventually they reach the secluded home of the old man. Lily's friend introduces her as someone looking for work. The man seems agreeable, until he learns Lily has a daughter. His demeanor shifts. He comments that all the previous girls he's hired were single. Lily quickly assures him that her child is well behaved and won't cause any issues. After a pause, he allows them to stay. Once her friend drives off, the old man begins showing Lily around the house. Mounted deer heads line the walls and he proudly says he's a hunter. Those are his best kills. He leads her to his bedroom and points to an old black and white photo. That's his great-grandfather, he says. They were celebrating something he calls the harvest. When Lily asks what that is, he just smiles and tells her she'll find out soon. They'll celebrate it together. That first night is quiet. But the next morning, Lily wakes up to find her daughter missing. She panics and runs downstairs, only to see the old man casually preparing breakfast, feeding her little girl. Embarrassed, Lily apologizes and promises that from now on, she'll handle all the meals. The man just laughs, saying it's her first day and not to worry, he's made enough for all of them. After they eat, he'll show her what she needs to do around the house. Suddenly, strange sounds rise from the basement. The old man shrugs it off. Being so close to the woods, he says, animals sometimes sneak inside. As he walks her through her chores, he tells her he's never married. He prefers being alone. Then he gestures toward a separate building just outside and makes one thing very clear: that's his private place. No one is to go inside. Ever. Later on, Lily starts coughing uncontrollably. The man makes her a weird herbal drink, telling her it'll help. She hesitates, then takes a sip. Comment below if you would have trusted the old man. Drop a like if you'd never drink that tea. And stay with me till the end, because what happens in the final scene will haunt you long after the screen goes black. Not long after, she becomes drowsy and falls asleep. When she wakes up the next day, she feels better, no more cough, no fever. He offers her the tea again. This time she drinks it without complaint. But the way he watches her closely as she drinks leaves her uneasy. She begins to question what might actually be in that brew. The man tells her he's heading into town to restock supplies and reminds her to keep the house locked while he's gone. Shortly after he leaves, the same desperate man from the woods appears again, begging for help. Lily, alarmed, grabs her daughter and runs inside. Later, when the old man returns, she tells him what happened. His expression darkens. He warns her that the area is dangerous. If she ever sees anyone near the house, she should treat them as a threat. His advice is blunt: shoot first. Don't wait. Don't think. Just end them. Lily is shocked. Soon after, the man from the woods shows up again. This time, the old man attacks him with a rifle, knocking him to the ground. Before he can finish him off, the man shouts out that he means no harm. His car broke down. He just needs assistance. He introduces himself as Andres. Lily believes him and manages to convince the old man to let him stay. Reluctantly, the old man agrees. He says Andres can stay for 2 nights, but only because the harvest celebration is coming up. Lily feels some relief. The man even offers to fix Andres' car and gives him the same tea he serves Lily every day. Later, Andres notices a bottle of wine that's already been opened. He offers to share it with Lily. She declines, saying this isn't her home and she doesn't touch anything without permission. She's just working there. Curious, Andres asks why she's taken the job. She explains her visa troubles. He relates to her, saying he's also in the country temporarily. That night, Lily wakes up and glances out her window. A person wearing a deer mask is staring in. But when she blinks and looks again, no one is there. The next morning, her daughter is once again nowhere to be seen. Lily finds her playing happily with the old man. As she hugs her child in relief, she sees 3 masked figures standing in the woods, watching from a distance. Disturbed, she tells the old man what she saw. But he dismisses it, saying she's probably just imagining things. Maybe she had some of his wine without telling him, he jokes. Then he changes the subject, saying they'll have guests tonight and she needs to get ready. He brings her into his room and while he's distracted, Lily sees a strange book filled with drawings, people in masks, ceremonies, eerie symbols. When she asks about it, he becomes angry. He warns her never to go through his things again. That's her one and only warning. Then, without explanation, his tone softens. He hands her a dress and tells her to wear it that evening. He wants her to look beautiful, like a bride. That evening, Lily puts on the dress and goes to join the others. Her daughter stays close. The guests seem off. Their movements and expressions don't feel right. Lily pulls Andres aside and confides in him. Something isn't right with these people. He agrees. He says she and her daughter can leave with him. He has a place. She can work for him and he'll pay her. Lily politely declines Andres' offer to leave with him. She tells him she's bound by an agreement. She can't just walk out like that. Andres warns her to stay alert and trust no one. Before she can say more, the old man suddenly shows up and escorts Andres back downstairs, blending him back into the eerie celebration. Later on, the old man tells Andres that his vehicle is finally repaired. Then he invites him into that locked building, the same place Lily was told never to enter. Andres hesitantly follows. Once inside, his expression changes. Whatever he sees inside horrifies him. Lily searches for Andres, but instead, she spots another masked figure in the woods. Her mind begins to spiral. Maybe she's losing her grip on reality. The old man casually tells her Andres has already gone. She asks why he didn't say goodbye. He just shrugs. Maybe he was in a rush, he says. Then he offers her the usual cup of his special tea. Lily drinks and falls unconscious. She briefly awakens to a disturbing sight. She's lying on a white table, surrounded by cloaked figures carrying out a dark ritual. Then everything fades. Later, Lily finds herself back in her room wearing different clothes. She questions whether it was just a nightmare. As she resumes her tasks, she notices something odd, blood stains on the floor. Her heart tightens. Whose blood is that? Now full of suspicion, she sneaks into the old man's bedroom. While rummaging through his closet, she discovers a wooden box. Inside are photographs and graphic materials confirming a horrifying truth. The people here participate in ritualistic cannibalism during the so-called Harvest Festival. She also finds a book that details it all. But before she can read much, footsteps echo. The old man is coming. Lily hides everything in time. Downstairs, she sees him emerging from the basement, clutching a bloodied knife. When he notices her, his tone turns ice cold. He warns her, if she ever opens the basement door, she won't live to regret it. That night, curiosity gets the better of her. She tries to sneak in. But the old man catches her just before she enters. He threatens her again. Do as I say or suffer. The next day while he's out, Lily makes her move. She takes a knife and heads for the basement. The door is locked. She uses an axe to break it open. Inside, to her horror, she finds Andres, still alive but his eyes have been removed. Now everything is clear. Determined to escape, she helps Andres and flees with him and her daughter. But before they can reach safety, the old man intercepts them. Lily blacks out and wakes up tied to her bed. The old man appears with food and the same strange drink. This time, Lily refuses to drink. That sets him off. He warns her, if she disobeys again, he'll show her exactly what pain looks like, and he'll start with her daughter. Terrified, she drinks. That night, the old man dresses in ceremonial clothing passed down through generations, thick robes, animal bones, and a towering crown made of antlers. When Lily sees him like this, it all finally connects. Every figure she thought was a hallucination. The masked watchers in the forest, the figure by her window, they weren't illusions. It was him all along. He leads her to the washroom and orders her to strip and bathe. She begins washing silently as he says, "You can't join our rites until you're purified." Then he adds coldly, "I'll raise your daughter in the old ways." That's Lily's breaking point. Her eyes fill with fury. She lunges at him, but he quickly overpowers her, dunking her underwater. After holding her down, he pulls her up and says coldly, "Just cooperate." Then he leaves. The next day Lily sits motionless, terrified. The old man enters with food and tries to hand-feed her. She begs just one thing. "Please, let me see my daughter. Just once." He replies calmly, "Soon. But first, eat." Lily eats slowly while the old man heads back to the basement. Earlier that day he had already slaughtered Andres. Now he's butchering the body, preparing it for the night's feast. That evening Lily, dazed and drugged, wakes up seated at a long table. All around her sit robed figures. They stare silently. Her friend, the very one who brought her to this place, is sitting with them. That's when the realization hits her. Her friend was never trying to help. She was part of this cult from the start. The old man steps forward with the ancient book in hand. He begins reading aloud in a strange tongue. Then he raises a chalice. "Tonight we drink the blood of our prey," he proclaims. Inside the cup, Andres' blood. One by one they drink. Next, the old man lifts the lid off a dish to reveal a ghastly sight, Andres' severed, roasted face. Lily vomits in horror right there at the table. The mood instantly shifts. The guests grow agitated and accuse the old man of ruining the sacred tradition. In a fury, he grabs Lily and drags her down to the basement, where her daughter is still imprisoned. But Lily is done being a victim. She breaks free, snatches a blade and a firearm and begins fighting her way out. On her way she encounters a young boy. Seeing her with the weapon, he pleads for his life. She doesn't hesitate. She pulls the trigger. The blast rings through the building. Lily sprints toward the mysterious building, the one the old man always forbade her from entering. But just as she reaches it, her friend tries to stop her. Lily doesn't flinch. She slashes her friend's throat, ending it. Inside the forbidden chamber, she finds what nightmares are made of: jars of severed limbs, preserved organs, and rotting flesh. Despite her horror, she keeps moving. She finds a key and makes her way toward the exit. Suddenly she hears footsteps. The old man. She raises the gun and fires, striking his hand. But he doesn't go down. He wrestles the weapon from her and traps her inside a wooden crate. Then he walks toward her daughter, but Lily refuses to die quietly. She breaks free. Just in time. She leaps onto him from behind. His ceremonial crown breaks apart, and one of the jagged antlers stabs into her own foot. But she doesn't let go. She pulls it out, and drives it deep into the old man's chest. He collapses. Dead. Lily clutches her daughter tightly, finally safe. By dawn, she escapes with her little girl in the old man's truck. If this one gave you chills, wait till you see what's coming next. Tap subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second. Big thanks for watching.